Let's up the score. This is Chris, the new YouTube podcast. Subscribe and like the channel. We're gonna talk about the NBA, the LFL, and a little bit about the NFL draft. And we're gonna talk about some assets in the NBA in the offseason. So we're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs right now. Uh, the playoffs are very, very interesting right now. Um, the Minnesota Timberwolves versus Golden State. And you got the Nuggets versus OKC. You got the Cavs and Indiana Pacers, and you definitely got the New York and Boston series. The talked about series right now. Uh, I'm gonna go a little bit further back. I'm gonna talk about the Lakers. The Lakers got eliminated by Minnesota Timberwolves, which it's not a surprise to me because I think the Timberwolves are a better team than the Lakers. But I admit I was one of them bad Ragners on the Lakers with Luka and Bron right now. And the thing about it is, I wasn't totally shocked because number one, you got Ant Man and you got all the figureheads on Timberwolves. And Julius Randle had a good series. McDaniels had a good series. Even Ant Man had a good series. And Rudy Gobert in the last game of the series, he looked like Wilt Chamberlain out there. 27, 24. That's real good numbers. And Ant Man was letting them know like, hey, that we gonna beat you. I'm ready to let LeBron say goodbye because I'm trying to take the legends out of here. So hopefully he's doing the same thing going against Golden State and saying bye to Steph Curry and letting him know it's a new reign coming in the NBA. The thing about the Lakers is they gotta figure out these pieces. JJ didn't to me. I don't think JJ didn't coach well. I don't think he. I think he coached well for the up to the first 3 quarters. It's hard because you got LeBron playing 30 minutes plus, and he's 40 years old. 40 years old. It just and you gotta make some type of adjustment. One thing, they ain't got no big man. In the off season, I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably look into like guys like I want to say Martin Williams, Mitchell Robinson if he's available. Another cat I would say, I would say like Nick Richardson. I want to say Nick Richards. Yeah, Nick Richards. And probably look at him. He played out there in Phoenix with them last year. They just need a guy that's a lot threat and as a defensive orchestrator that control the paint because LeBron's 40 years old and Luka playing Olay defense out there, so he let everybody in you know, like a cone drill, and he like, well, go by and and self yourself serve, get an ice cream, dunk it home. So it is what it is, and like I said, JJ Redick going and Rob Pelinka gotta construct the roster a lot better. So they need defense, a lot of threat, another big man. They got shooters. I won't be surprised that Doc Connect and that Mark Williams deal go back at it a deal, try to get a shot, at least get a few pieces or whatnot. But I mean that's that's where the way it goes right now. And then another another series I think they could have went that way. I think that Golden State used to Rockets series. I think the Rockets had Golden State, but lack of experience, and they don't have no closer. So Jalen Green, he 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 didn't show up this series, and That's kind of hurting them in a sense, and they just they need a closer. They need to try to figure out how to get Durant or Giannis or somebody like that, a quality player, because of that quality, shall I say? Because right now, I mean, Udoka got them boys playing. They playing defense. They just need scoring, and they can't shoot the ball well. And I'll tell you this much: if they do a deal, they can't let that Thompson boy off. That's a no. I would say that's a no deal. If they want that, they ain't gonna happen. That's an asset. That's an asset I won't let go for Houston because I think he got a potential to be a superstar. To me, right now, the way it's projected, if I had to pick between Jalen Green and him right now, I would pick him over Jalen Green. Uh, Şengün, I'm kind of I like Şengün. He's like another baby Jokic in a sense. Them big man that they willing, it's like a willing passer. But another thing about it, he plays willing defense, but he ain't gonna give you like maybe a half a block a game, should I say, or maybe a one, yeah, something like that. But like I said, that team right there could be a threat in the next couple of years. They get the right players for Udoka to figure things out offensively and defensively. And Van Fleet had a good series too. It's just all it got all come together. Like I said in his off season, I think they should do some around it and figure it out. Another series. We're gonna move on to the current series. I ain't gonna speak too much about the other series because the other two series, kind of like it's like water on the bridge type series to me. I think the Indiana and Cavs series is gonna be very very good. Right now, Tyrese Halliburton is playing his ass off right now, and he's showing everybody that why he thinks that why people think I'm an overrated player, but he thinks he knows that he probably at least a top 5 point guard in the league, and he's showing it right now. And he with the game with the basket a few nights ago, he just letting you know that I'm about that. I'm really about that. And I don't know what the other players see about me. Just because I ain't getting no burn in the Olympics, don't mean I ain't sorry and I ain't no bum. So he letting everybody know what's going on. Cavs right now just need to get their point players back, Hunter, Mobley, and Garden. The thing about it is right now they probably need Garden. Garden is a table setter right now for that team. They need him back. They definitely need Mobley back too. Uh, right now they up 2-0, and right now right now with the way it's setting up right now, we might not get OKC final right now. So it's just not happening. So the way it's going, but right now, Indiana, it I'll be shocked it'll be a gentleman sweep out this series, but I'm gonna keep my eye out there on that series. The Golden State Minnesota series, game 1, game 2 is tonight. I think right now is Minnesota need to show up. They'll have to show up. Steph Curry is not playing tonight, from what I see, and I think the Minnesota Timberwolves need to play big and step the game up and let the Minnesota crowd know that they ain't going out like they did the other night. They're just lacking energy. I think that Ant needs to step it up, and Randall needs to step it up too, and make and Chris Finch with their defensive prowess. They need to step up a little bit. Right now they're going defensively. They're gonna have to say, hey, we're gonna let Jimmy beat us. There's no Steph Curry. We're gonna make sure Jimmy beat us tonight, or they're gonna have somebody else. They can't, and they gotta figure out a way to stop Buddy Hield. But Buddy Hield been hot for the past couple of games. He been scorching hot. He put a light in the fire on that ball and just wetting up on the net right now. So it is what it is. So right now, I'm thinking right now. I want to see. I think Minnesota's gonna win the series, in my opinion. Move on to the next series. I think OKC and Denver series is a very good series too. Denver is a joker and nothing else, because right now OKC got air. Like last night, they blew them out badly, and OKC got players, and Denver got players too, but they need Murray to show up. They need Michael Porter Jr. to show up. He has to. That Michael Porter. They need those guys to show up. That Joker can do much as he can right now. He kind of like doing. I'm gonna say he doing LeBron Luka thing, that he doing everything to keep the series intact. But like I said, right now, OKC is that they didn't show up game 1, game 2. They showed up. Shai, to me, Shai is a top 5 player. Maybe I think he's the best 2-way player in the league, and he's showing it. He keeps showcasing it every night. He's 6'6", point guard. He's a combo guard. He play point and 2. And the thing I like about OKC is that they play defense, and they got enough firepower offense to, if you want to turn to a shootout, they can do it. Like I said, they can lock it down defense, and they can, like I said, they put effort on both sides. Check. We're missing those 2 free throws that game 1. I know it kind of messed up. They could, like I said, they could have did better in that game 1, but they just didn't show up. I think, like I said, Joe's gonna have a triple double this series. Because like I said, they're gonna need everything out of him to win that series, the order to advance. And Westbrook, he back home. He gonna try to play out his mind against his ex-team in order to advance to the next series. The series after that, I would say, let's talk about the big series, the big best series right now. The Boston New York series. I can't believe they happened back to back. They lost. I can't believe the Boston Celtics lost a 20-point game twice, and it's crazy to me, because the first game I understand, because like, man, they shot 63 pointers, they missed 45. It's like, I mean, y'all gotta figure out a way to. Y'all can't stand on business on the 3 all the time. I mean, you got to do better on that. I mean, you got to figure out a way to get Tatum and Jaylen Brown on the elbow or something, figure something out. I mean, they got. I don't think Kristaps Porzingis. I don't think Porzingis played game 1. But like I said, they got firepower. They just they end up ending up too many threes, and that's gonna be a death sentence this series, because they gonna live by it and die by the 3. They ain't shoot to me last night, so that shows some type of progress. But like I said, New York is too tough for the team. They are tough, and they grind hard. Cat had a hell of a game last night. Uh, the key of this series, me in my mind, for the past few days was I want to see what Mikal Bridges is going to do with this series. And right now, he showed up. I mean, he he made two key defensive plays, game one and game two, and he's shooting the ball lights out too. And the clutch player of the year playing well. I mean, they going back to Madison Square Garden. They gonna make sure that they definitely gonna make sure that they gonna try to close them out. They'll try to at least get one or two wins there in New York. But knowing New York fans, they gonna probably go like, man, we need to sweep them because they're better. They're not better than us. But like I said, Thibodeau is playing. Well, I'm saying Thibodeau got them playing good defense and let them know that you don't give up because you know you can always get a win in any game, in any series. Playing like that, like I said, I think New York need to start off a lot faster and keep the lead and stuff like that. That's the thing they need to do throughout the series. That they need to start off fast and figure out a way. And OG and Bridges is they gotta still gotta be on their job defensively with Brown and Tatum, and Josh Hart still doing what he need to do off the bench to keep the series from from making making their series to be really good, really good, and their series to win. Um, Most importantly is Cat has to shows up, don't make no stupid fouls, and play the numbers he did last night should, because Cat could be a little inconsistent sometimes. Like he play his ass off one night, and next night he kind of laid back and chill out. I ain't gonna, it depends how the game dictates to him. In my mind, that's the way he probably thinks about it, but I don't know. But like I said, Jalen keeps doing what he need to do, and but like I said, Boston don't need to put up too many threes because it's it's going to be a detriment to them during the series. So they got to do what they got to do. Like I said, they gotta figure out a different game plan. Kind of work the elbows with two mid range shooters, especially Jaylen Brown. He was a good mid range player, and I think Taylor's a good mid range player too. So they don't need to shoot 63 every night. They need to dial it back. They know that this ain't the seed to jack them all up. But like I said, the New York crowd gonna be on pins and needles this season. Like I said, New York need to start fast, in my opinion, to keep the lead and put the foot on their necks, basically. Uh, Moving on. Uh, Before I do all that, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, and shout out to the mom, including my mom too. Um, Moving on, we're gonna talk about the NFL draft a little bit. The Shedeur thing to me was it. It was kind of fun. It was kind well. It was entertaining. I won't say fun. It was kind of entertaining to me how far he gonna fall. But I thought I thought he's gonna be at least a second or third round pick. But like I said, more and more stuff come out. I'm like, man, this is the reason why he draft. But like I said, to me, some of that stuff is blame on Dion, and some of the stuff blame on him. But that was me as if I were his friend or a dad, something like that. I'd be like, look, you're gonna have to kind of fake it till you make it because you just can't sandbag the draft like that because Dion was Dion back in his day, so I understand you're gonna be the number two quarterback. It don't mean you're gonna be just a shoe in for you. But like I said, I'm hoping that he will get to Cleveland, get business, get in that playbook, and show what he need to do. And I'm pretty sure Joe Flacco will be the starter from week 1. And some point in time, Joe Flacco will mess up. So we'll see. And I I like what Jacksonville did, went to 2 and get Travis Hunter because, like I said, to me, I think they're putting butts in seats and devolve, and the way they talking and the way I'm reading stuff on Bleacher Report and things like that, I think they're gonna put him as a number 1. Like, I think they're gonna put him in receiver for a time and play Nick, probably either 4th corner or a 3rd or a slot corner. It depends how the coach that how they want to use him. Trevor Lawrence got a weapon, and I think they got ETN's little brother, if I'm not mistaken. He's gonna be a pretty good backup for them too if he makes the team. Other than that, I mean, the Jackson Dart situation, that's, I don't know what Dabo doing, but we'll see what he gonna do about that, because it's a pretty might be a bad idea for that dude. I just want to see what we're gonna do, especially in the division right now, because Daniels getting better. Daniels and the Commander, they might take a step back, but I don't know. It's a good thing for the Giants. It's a good thing for the. I don't know, but like I said, to me, they will see, because right now it's to be honest with you, Wilson's gonna be a starter. I think most likely that Jackson Dart might be a 3rd screen up the train camp. I don't know how the season work out, but I can tell you this, but this is pretty much riding on Jackson Dart. Depending what he do, that depends the GM and Dayball's job right now. It might not be. It might not be Dart's. It might not be on Dart's shoulders. To me, I think it's going pretty much going to be on Russell Wilson. So we'll see how they work out. I'm pretty sure they're going. Well, Wilson there, I think he might turn something to nothing. I'm pretty sure he might make them a 500 team. We'll see, but they can't afford to be 8-9 or 9-8. They gotta be at least about 10-7 at least to keep their jobs. And we gotta see, and then New Orleans, with their quarterback pick, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they all in next year's quarterback draft. Now, speak than them, and the Steelers, I'm pretty sure they can get Aaron Rodgers. That's why they picked Shadur. I think Aaron Rodgers is going there. I like what the Falcons did. They got 2 defensive linemen. They need all the pass rushing they need to get, because in that division, they shouldn't be no excuses this year with the Falcons, because they should be. They gotta be at least a 10-17. But like I said, the schedule come out next week, if I'm not mistaken. Then, like I said, in my mind, I take what Colin Cowherd said. Every team is 8-8. That's how you look at it, like, well, you look at it one part of the schedule, like, well, we gave 8. It might be 2 more wins on this side, or 3 more less wins on this side. So we'll see how they're gonna work out. But in the South Division, the AFC South, they should be no more than a 10-17. Because I think Carolina should be better, but I don't think they're gonna be that much better. It's going to help out Bryce Young. They gonna be they show flashes towards the end, so they should be a better team. It's pretty much gonna be between the Falcons and the Bucks in that division. And to me, because like I said, I don't think the Falcons got no excuses this season. Any highlights of this? I was trying to figure out who else in the draft I was taking notes about I want to say Ted McMillan going to the Carolina was a good pick for them. They, like I said, Bryce Young need a big body receiver. Uh, the another thing I would say, I don't know what Houston doing because they need tackles. They end up picking 2 receivers during the draft, so I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do about that. It could be. To me, I don't see the vision. They probably see the vision better than I could. So they in a little weaker division too on that side of the AFC. So I'm pretty sure they'd be like, well, we could probably take a little chance to order to win the division and get in the playoffs. So I probably understand what the Texans doing, but we'll see about that too. Back in the same division, Cam, Titans, and Anthony Richardson and the Colts. The Colts draft, like I said, they picked up Tyler Warren. That's going to help him out. To me, I think what they doing is they trying to help Anthony Richardson percentage go up and become a better passer instead of throwing on the outside with Pittman and Downs. And probably I think the offense going to run a little bit better fluently. I think they pick up a tackle during the draft too, and it would help that it's good they got a top 5 back in Jonathan Taylor too. So like I said, based on Richardson, it's based on health and how good he plays this season. And it doesn't help that they got Riley Leonard over there too, so he's gonna be lurking behind the scenes too, or trying to be in that quarterback room too, trying to get better too, because they got Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is gonna be a backup for him. We're gonna see how they're gonna play out between Leonard and Daniel. See who's gonna take the second position of that. Titans. Cam said they got Cam. They got a good quarterback in the draft. Hopefully, Burks. I know Burks happy about it. I know Ridley is happy about that too. They got somebody that can throw the ball and give them numbers through the season. And I think they still got Pollard and Spears is another one of their backs. So they got pretty decent backs. The issue with them, like I said, is the line. The line's the issue, but the defense are pretty good. Why I watched them quite a few during the season last season. They defense, they can keep them in games, but the issue was they ain't have enough firepower on the offensive side of football. So, and then my Niners, I mean, my Niners, I think to be honest with you, with my Niners, I think they did. I think they did pretty well. I thought they were gonna get some. I thought at least picked up a couple of linemen. At least need help on line, but they don't get Michael Williams. We definitely need help on the defensive end. Because I think Bosa there. I think the other Bosa got released. I forgot where he went. Like I said, we got another receiver and we got a quarterback. Like I said, mainly the way I look at this draft class, they just picked up defensively and got like 1 or 2 guards and get some more space on the wide receivers, and that's about it. Hopefully, you got enough help for Purdy and make a pretty decent run this season too. Like I said, the Eagles do the Eagles do. They pick up good players from Bama and Georgia. It develop them, and next thing you know, they're gonna pop off, and next thing you know, they're gonna make another run in the Super Bowl. But we'll see. But like I said, hopefully next week we'll see where we will see what the schedule look like next week. Moving on, we're gonna talk about assets in the all season in the NBA. I know I'm gonna say it's way too early. Um, I think right now, uh, the Bucks has a very interesting future because they ain't got no first rounders. I don't think Phoenix ain't got no first rounders, but it's gonna be interesting. The Bucks need to figure out what they're gonna. And Giannis, I'm pretty sure Giannis gonna stay. I don't think he's gonna pull a trigger, but I'm gonna put it like this. Let's just say Giannis do want to go. I think Giannis should. I think Houston's in play. Giannis wants if Giannis want to leave. I think Houston in play. I think Brooklyn's in play. Uh, I think OKC's in play too. Just because they got assets, they got picks, they got players. Um, like those three teams got those type of assets for them to get guys like Kevin Durant and Giannis and things like that. Like I said, KD, KD and Phoenix, he might be on the move too this off season. I think like I said, it depends on the assets they got. But like I said, for Phoenix, to me, they need to get all the picks they can get because I know they ain't gonna get off Devin Booker. If Devin Booker decide to leave here, they got blow everything up. To be honest, which in my opinion, I think they should blow everything up. If you get just tear everything up, get a new coach. Uh, I think they move up James Jones office, so he probably the president of the the operation now. So for me, I think to me in Phoenix, I think I should blow. To me in person, I think I should blow it up. To me, I think they should blow it up because they need all the pieces. They need all the draft picks. They need some players. They need some decent players to get back. Um, Another team, to me, I think Portland is in it. I think Portland and Detroit are probably in the same boat. But to me, in my opinion, is like, oh, now before I get into all that, I think New Orleans and Memphis in the very nice. It's probably in a very interesting situation to me because they need to figure out what they're gonna do with the Carolina boys on top about Jai and Zion. See what they're gonna do because they got Joe Dumars in New Orleans. I'm I don't know what he gonna do, but because I'm pretty sure he looking at the situation like he probably sitting down thinking like, okay, what we gonna do and what assets we gonna move and and how we gonna make the team better. If we gotta let go of Zion, we can get a couple pieces here and there to make this team better. Um, if I'm Detroit, I'll be like the Detroit. I think Detroit is like a piece, probably like a piece away. They just need like another. I won't say a piece away, but they need another scorer to help out Cade. They get somebody like the thing. I seen this on Bleacher Report. I do like that Zion Detroit deal. I forgot what players are involved. I think it was a couple players. I think Tobias Harris was one of them. But I like the pieces over there because if he goes to Detroit, him and Cade would be good. And you got Darren over there. Like I said, he controls the paint and let Zion can probably control the elbow a little bit further out because you gotta let Zion play his game. He don't necessarily have to shoot three, but there's enough space he can dribble, use his power, and get to the rim. And that's he just to me it takes all the load. It takes a load off of Zion to be in the man a little bit. And Cade had to do nothing, just do him and make plays and make big boy plays, make assists, make scoring. I think, like I said, they can with Zion they already aggressive. They can pound the ball away in a sense because they can get in the post area and And like I said, he get on the elbow, he's fine. He got to do what he got to do. And like I said, steady as I am trying to put up, him and K could probably put up 25. He could probably almost get near the 25. But like I said, is if I think that'll work, then that's my opinion. That's one of the pieces I think that should work. I'm pretty interested in Miami. Miami probably shoot in and try to get KD or Giannis to come there and make that team a lot better. Uh, they got I won't say I don't think they got much possessions of draft picks and stuff like that. They got pretty decent players they could trade away, but we'll see about that. And the like teams like the Hawks, they in the same boat. Well, they won't say the same boat. They got Trae Young. I won't say the same caliber, but they gotta figure out what kind of pieces they say they do trade. They gotta try to get pieces back, but I really doubt it because they're gonna run with Trae. They just need another player to help out Trae in the long run, and that's what I think. And like I said, then the young players, I like it's like I said, it's a couple of players in the league that I won't touch. Like I said, the Thompson guy in Houston, I won't touch him because if you want to make a deal with Phoenix or Houston to get Durant or Giannis, you're gonna have to take Jalen Green on the deal, and you might have to trade Şengün over there. It depends how important Şengün is. Same thing with Ja. I can almost see Ja go to Houston too. Like I said, Jalen Green gonna be part of the deal, and they gonna have to get rid of him. Because, like I said, the thing with Ja, I won't say Ja is a little injury prone, but he gotta figure out what he gonna do. He gonna be doing less high flying stuff because that's gonna keep him from not getting injured so much, from flying so much. So he probably got to figure out a way to stay on the ground and shoot the ball a lot better. Because if you go to Houston, I know Udoka will be like, look, I know you want to fly high fly, and you want to jump over everybody, but right now we're going to need you to stay on the ground and shoot, like, shoot the three or shoot mid range and you keep yourself healthy. Other than that, like I said, it's going to be a very interesting off season. Try to figure out what pieces going to go and where they can make their team better or not. And if not, it's gonna make a break this season. Basically, it will make a break they going to the playoffs or not this season. Next season, shall I say? Other than that, that's all I got. And like I said, let's up the score. Subscribe, like the channel. Hopefully soon I add it on to a podcast or Spotify, Apple or Spotify sooner or later. And other than that, enjoy y'all day. Peace.